Hi, welcome back. I'm gonna create a collection of videos that's gonna show you how to create a website in Figma. So before we start talking about websites, let's talk about Figma a little bit. In this first installment, I'm gonna show you and walk you through Figma's interface a little bit. So let's dig in. So first, when you create a new file, you will see something like this. You have this top bar that has some controls, that has a menu, it has breadcrumbs and your file name, your username. You can share, you can play prototype, and you can zoom in, zoom out your canvas over here. And then on this left side you have layers. When you put something here, I will just put something randomly, they will stack over here, and well, these are your layers. And then if you go to your assets, well, basically if you create some components or you import components from other file, they gonna be shown here. And also, very important thing to realize is if you want to make components you create from this file accessible to other files, you're gonna click on this little icon, and then you will see a button over here, publish, and then you're just gonna click on it, and that's gonna be it. Then this file is gonna be accessible by other files. But anyway, this is a little bit advanced. I'm going ahead of myself. Let's continue exploring Figma interface. Okay, I'm gonna delete this frame one. Also, if you click here, it's a little bit unintuitive if you ask me, but basically you can have pages, so you can basically create different pages depending on the state of your project. You can make components, then project, you can create social media, website, branding, whatever. You can compose this file however you want, using, for example, pages, not only like just files. You can put everything inside, but anyway, pages are just pages, you know, you can put whatever you want inside. You can have only one page, or you can split your design into many different pages. I usually put ready for production in one page, and then exploration, archive, and then some other stuff. But anyway, I'm changing that also. I think I'm gonna continue decoupling states of design, or actually functionalities, into different pages. But anyway, more about that a little bit later. Let's continue to middle part. Well, you see it's gray. You can change color if you don't like this gray in particular, but basically you will put everything you do regarding design over here. So this is your canvas. You draw here, and then on the right hand side you have design. Well, right now you don't have much. I mean, if I put, let's say, a rectangle over here, then you can see coordinates, width, height, some other properties, something about layer, fill. You can have a stroke like this, then you can put some effects like drop shadow, and then you can export. For example, this is super handy. Up here, once you have your elements inside canvas, you can do something with them. Basically, you can, for example, edit object like this. You can create a component, and then in assets it's gonna be over here. So you see how everything is connected. And then I will just go back a little bit. So we have still rectangle, and then this one is actually a mask. So if I would have, I don't know, a little bit smaller rectangle over here, and I select both and click mask, then something would happen. More about masks and everything else a little bit later. And if you select more than one object in your canvas, you can get some Boolean actions over here. But more about that a bit later. I will try to make this just meet UI kinda video, and we can explore all other nice things a little bit later. I'm not gonna go into these details over here. I'm ambassador of shortcuts, so I never use this actually. I will show you how I do my work, and I encourage you to learn shortcuts I use. That way you're gonna be super fast. But let's move on. We have prototype also, we haven't touched that at all. Well, you can select your device, some properties, blah blah blah. More about more about prototypes a little bit later. I'm so sorry. The last one is code. I practically never use this. I never heard somebody use this, but anyway, it's there. I only use it to get the number if I'm like quickly doing something in some other tool, or if I just need hex value of a color. Basically that's it. I don't use it for anything else. And usually apps have like this like extra stuff like help and resources or something like that handy. But Figma actually has a nice like help section. You can go here, keyboard shortcuts, and then you can see everything what's happening over here. But I will tell you and share one cool app with you where you can with which you can learn shortcuts a little bit faster and use it into your advantage to be super productive. I think that's enough. I might gone like a little bit too fast through the interface, but you don't have to know everything right now. We're gonna dig deep into every section as we go. So it's better just to be aware, this is what you can do, and that's it. We're gonna deal with everything a little bit later. Then we have to understand that there are many different types of websites. It can be e-commerce website, portfolio, news. It can be some web app or SaaS product. It can be whatever. So we have to know what kind of app are we designing or developing for. You will understand why is this important a little bit later. I can understand that this might get a little bit repetitive, but this is just the intro. We're just, connecting all the dots. We will dig deep into each of those as I publish videos. And also it's important to understand that website is a collection of different parts, even decisions. So we need to know branding, and branding consists of logo, colors, typography, tone of voice, mission, vision, and all these very nice things graphic designers will tell you all about. And then apart from that, you need to have copy. You need to know what kind of landing site, for example, are you building, or what are you building? What's the mission of that project? Is it just collecting emails for newsletter? Is it signing up for this SaaS app? Is it the SaaS app itself? I mean, it can be like super vague and super huge right now. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm gonna stick to marketing landing site, which means basically one pager that represents a product or a company, talks a little bit about features, and that's pretty much it. Has a little bit, I don't know, maybe illustrations, nice copy, nice typography, and that's it. Okay, I just got the email, that's nice. For purposes of this tutorial, I picked a company called Doist. They stand behind Todoist app. I guess many of us use this To-Do app. It's super handy. And I'm gonna use their marketing landing site to show you how to recreate one in Figma. Of course, you will have to go through maybe wireframes and thinking and all of that with your team or by yourself. But in this video series, I'm going to show you how to make something in Figma, not how to be creative and come up with logo and branding. Maybe we will tackle that in some other video, just to contain your expectations for this series. Okay, next time it's gonna be a little bit more hands-on. We're gonna create grid, we're gonna create styles for colors, for typography. We're gonna, make this good foundation so we can start building everything together like Legos. We're gonna create some light design system as well. It's gonna be super exciting. And before I sign off, I want to thank everyone who is subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, please do it right now and share with your design friends or anyone who is interested in knowing Figma and design systems and coding Figma plugins and all sorts of things a little bit more. And also I have a design podcast called Design Party. You can find it on every major platform for podcasting. Link is in description, so check it out, also share. And if you want me to publish more videos around Figma, how to make plugins and design systems and like all this cool stuff, I urge you to consider maybe checking my Patreon site, because I work full-time, so it's super hard to find necessary time to actually write script, block the video, like how everything should go, record and then edit and then publish. It takes a ton of time. And I would like to actually be a little bit more independent in future, so I can put more effort into YouTube and creating tutorials and teach you nice design stuff. Anyway, this is taking too long. I'm gonna let you to it and see you next time.